financial trauma, aka the roots and the causes of why you are doing the things that you're doing with money, of the roots of your financial reality and everything underlying what you are seeing and experiencing. Let's talk about it in today's episode, because today I'm diving into the 4 different types of financial trauma that entrepreneurship can and will trigger within you and your journey of building a business that can be profitable effortlessly and just feels like, going through a normal process. Let's talk about these 4 types, and this is going to be particularly important for you when you discover what is the financial trauma that you are carrying out throughout everything that you're doing. And it is safe to say that all of us, because of the way that we have programmed as a society, we are going to experience at some point one of these 4 type of trauma. But there is one that is, speaks louder. That is the predominant on the room. And that's what you want to become aware of, because you may have more than one, but the one that it's clearly speaking out loud, the one that is clear, the predominant, it is the one that we want to clear, because the moment that you clear that one, like the majority, then is the moment that you clear the majority of your path. Yep, just like a domino effect. So what you want to do is to find out that one that is speaking the loudest. And for that, I have created a quiz that in less than a minute, you're going to have, while answering your questions, you're going to have which one is the predominant. So go to themoneymindset.hub.com/quiz and take the quiz and come back to listen to these results if you have not done that yet. Hello and welcome to The Money Mindset Show, the place where we help female entrepreneurs to transform their mind so that they can achieve financial success in the least amount of time. Here, we talk about subconscious mind, we talk about money mindset chips, money mindset blocks, a strategy so that you can bypass your own money mindset and increase your income, better your relationship with money, and grow your business. On this podcast, our unique goal is for you to walk away with a different perspective and with a different set of thoughts, beliefs, and mindset that helps you in your journey to achieve financial success. Ever felt like your journey to financial freedom through your business is an endless effort of trying to feel? Remember those old piggy banks we had as kids, where we will eagerly drop coins hoping to one day have for something big? Yet, as adults, our financial growth feels stuck, no matter how much we put in. That's the same way many female entrepreneurs feel about their business's income. It is like a stubborn piggy bank. But it's finally time to break through that barrier and upgrade that piggy bank into a financial flow that brings you the life that you want. Dive into Money Made Easy and learn how to finally get that serious cash flowing in your business using proven strategies and clearing money blocks and financial trauma in just 3 months. Go to themoneymindsethub.com/money-made-easy for more information and join this transformative program tailored to you and your needs. To feel like an old piggy bank, like no matter how much you try, it is never enough. Imagine there is a deep-seated belief or experience from your past that continues to shape your financial decisions today. I mean, You don't have to imagine this. You know that this happens every single time. And you know how you know exactly the image that comes when I say that. But it is a script that you cannot see, that you cannot point out, right? It's a silent script that is directly your money experience. So let's shine a light on the 4 different types of financial trauma or roots or causes or group of beliefs or, you know, all the underlying things beyond of what you are seeing with money and what you're experiencing with money that entrepreneurship can trigger so that you can become aware of it and then you learn how to clear it up because it is so much easier and it becomes so effortlessly and it becomes such an enjoyable path once you leave that emotional baggage, once you take that annoying roommate out of your head, once you take all of these limitations out of the way. That's the moment that you can actually start building and creating and seeing objectively the creation of your business as a real financial tool. In the first group, we have generational trauma. So, generational financial trauma is like an inherited blueprint of money beliefs, money experiences, and emotions passed down through families or communities or close nucleo, like people around you that really affected directly, like it was your family. And it is not just about the numbers in your bank account or the perception of those numbers. In fact, it is a complement to all the generational cocktail. It is the mindset, the way of talking, the way of living with money, and all the rest of emotional baggage about money that we carry from one generation to the next. Say that when you were growing up, money was a constant source of tension in your family. Like if your mom's everyday mantra was, oh, I'm bad with money, quote unquote, bad with money. Inevitable, especially because you are going through the most fundamental years of your life when you picked those beliefs, was inevitable for you to, without intention or unknowingly, to adapt these same beliefs. And what it was once only part of your mom's reality, it became your reality and your way of living with money, leading to a more complex things like now that you are in a business ownership, it is not only that I'm quote unquote bad with money, but the consequences of being bad with money, it's also there. So you shape yourself to earn less because you are quote unquote bad with money. You spend unintentionally or you avoid to look at your expenses because you are quote unquote bad with money already. So might as well. And you completely overlook the business growth framework or the steps that a business should follow. Like you completely avoid to look that objectively with your business because what? Yep, exactly. You got it. Because you are bad with money. So everything is being shaped and everything is being filtered, but this belief that was passed down once from mom in this case. And this is not a unique story. This is not a story from only one of us, right? Many entrepreneurs struggle with generational beliefs that limit their financial growth. They may avoid risk, undercharge for services, or even feel guilty and shame about earning more than their parents. So, how do we break free? The first step, and is the step that you're taking today, is awareness. Recognizing these inherited beliefs, recognizing what is the dialogue that is playing out. It is essential. Then we challenge them through a specific way where we can clear them and grow with our business. I do not subscribe to the experience of reliving and going through this whole retrospective way of, oh, this is how I grew up, and all this story just to become aware and not do anything about it. If you come to me in a one-on-one, you are going to make sure, like I am going to make sure, that I'm listening to your story and that I'm clearing everything that needs to be cleared out. Because once you become aware, the next step that you want to do is to clear that emotional baggage, to clear those beliefs that are not useful for you to continue growing, and then to allocate the strategic step for your business to continue growing. So all the steps includes clearing the trauma, bringing in the new horizon, putting in place the financial literacy for business ownership, and so on and so forth. All of strategic steps after that. So what can you do today to start? Well, for once, when you take the quiz, you're going to get all of these strategic steps that I have done for you, because if I flood you with information right now, you're not going to pay attention. And my intention with this quiz and my intention with every email that I have crafted for you is to get you to clear something every single time that you read, to get you as a one step closer to everything that you have dreamed of when it comes to financial freedom. So that's what I'm doing on that series of emails. So what can you do today to start with these changes? Stay glued to that email, because you will receive in the coming days all of the steps that I'm giving you there. You want to take these steps. You want to clear and get in the financial freedom path. And for now, like right now, you have done what is most important and needs to be done, which is becoming aware. Now, don't let it just stop there. I want you to come and share with me, how have you experienced this generational blockage in your business? How have you experienced this generational blockage in general with money? Come and share it with me on Instagram at Money Mindset Expert or LinkedIn, and I will link both of them on the show notes. Come and share it and really let me know how have been your experience, what type of beliefs or emotions come when you think about this being your most predominant trauma. Okay, next we have the self-reflection on financial trauma. And have you ever stopped to consider how your self-perception influences your financial decisions? If not, this is the trauma that we are looking at. Self-reflection of financial trauma, it's a profound exploration into the narratives that we have internalized that are completely not from us, but from the construct as a society, from the construct as a community, from everything that we live in about our worth and financial capabilities. It is about recognizing how deeply our identity, and this is the key, how deeply our identity and self-worth and deservingness are intertwined. It's like it are connected with our financial reality. Imagine growing up in an environment where discussions about success and wealth, because financial freedom was kind of a newish term. So let's just talk about success, wealth, being rich, were always negative. I mean, it was always the evil. It was always for greedy people. Even indirectly, something about your identity or something about somebody else's identity was linked to financial things. Well, that significantly had an influence on your financial perspective nowadays. And it is continue playing that script now that you are being a business owner and you have to be in charge of money. You have to be in a close relationship with money. But now imagine recognizing and challenging these patterns. So, how do you break free from self-reflection and financial trauma? I honestly enjoy so much clearing this type of trauma because it's everything about the story that they have told us that we have believed to be truth. And it's all about understanding where those stories are coming from, understanding the reasoning behind those stories, and unlinking. I don't know if that's a word, but like breaking the link. I just made it a word, okay? Breaking the link between those stories, the reasons why they did it, and where we are right now. It's everything about identity. It's everything about what I'm most passionate about because it is strongly linked to my personal story. And that is how, almost like when you build a Lego and you just take the basis of the Lego, or when you play Jenga and you take those couple of things on the Jenga blocks that you know are going to make the tower drop. That is exactly what self-reflectional financial trauma clearing process is. It's understanding those narratives, seeing the reasons why, and taking the Jenga blocks out. So what can you do today? Just like generational, and just like for all of the other results, if you have this as your predominant financial trauma, you are going to receive a series of emails telling you step by step what to do each day for the next at least week or two so that you can clear this trauma and you can see in a more objectively, in a more abundant and strategic way the growth of your business. You can create that real financial freedom path. Now, here's the thing. You gotta stay glued to the email and you gotta read them. I have done my part on crafting all of this valuable information for you, but you gotta go and read them. So fish us on, maybe it went to spam. Just look for the Money Mindset Hub in your email and read those emails, and you're gonna be on your way. The third financial trauma that we have is the systemic financial trauma. And it's all about breaking down the barriers that the system itself has. But really, systemic financial trauma unfolds through the societal and institutional barriers that shape our financial journey. It is about that invisible wall that hinder your financial progress and business growth. And no matter how hard you try, there is like you cannot penetrate, understand, or even get along with the system. These systematic barriers become part of your financial identity, influencing how you perceive opportunities and your worth in this entrepreneurial world. So here is the thing. A lot that has to do with the financial trauma, it has to do with the system. It is not a secret that the system has been created and has been thought through for people that most likely don't look like us, don't understand context as like the context of where we come from. And certainly history has not made a great job for us as female entrepreneurs. So it is going against so many systematic and structural things that will create this financial trauma. Women were not supposed to be in charge of money. Women were not supposed to be by leading the conversations of business ownership, or in charge of the conversations around money decisions either. That is huge in systematic ways. And then you go a level down into the financial system itself, which is a super not inclusive system. For you to understand financial services and products, you have to have either the clarity of what that product and service is, or you have to have the driver to really go and dive deeper into what that means for you. How is that made for you? Because it is one of the most complicated in the sense of that everybody needs to use it, or everybody should be using it according to our economy. But it's so little talked about, it's so little educated about, that it is inevitable for us to create some kind of resistance. And that's when this systematic financial trauma comes. And there is people that have been over and over and over hindered down from opportunities. That's why a lot of movements and a lot of things happen to include. That's why I love the work that my friend Nicole with FinTech is Femme is doing, because it's really going into the system itself and say, hey, these are the people that you're not considering. These are the type of things that you're not considering. You gotta pay attention to this, because the more that you open up, the lower the risk that you will create a barrier for other people to enter and understand and work with that system will exist. But because that's a work in progress, and the financial system and the let's call it employment system, 9-to-5 employment or entrepreneurship employment, a large society has not been built for entrepreneurship and has not been built to include everybody. There is a lot of systematic financial trauma. I think we experience in this entrepreneurial life all of the 4 types of financial trauma. But if you don't feel identified with one of them, this one won't be it. Because this one, as a female entrepreneur, and this one, especially for me as a member of the BIPOC community, as an Afro-Latina, I have experienced it a lot. And sometimes it goes like silently, but also sometimes it goes like in your face. So I hear you on this one very much. But what if we could take down these barriers? In this type of financial trauma, the journey begins with recognizing those external forces and understanding their impact in our financial mindset. Understanding and being clear that it has nothing to do with you, but with the way that the system has been created. It has nothing to do with the way that your beliefs are not coming out of the blue, or only because you are good or bad or whatever identification you want to give to your identity. It has to do because there is a freaking systematic failure. And that's it. So it is about challenging and navigating these systematic biases with a lot of objectiveness, but also a lot of financial literacy, so that you learn what and how you can use in what stage of your business. Seeking communities, people, causes that are really shining a light on these systematic imbalances are putting their part to make it better for us. So consider any systematic barriers you have faced and how they have shaped your financial decisions. That is what you can do today. How we can really break from this cycle is to see the perspectives and really go into the honesty process of, this experience was a bad experience. That happened with my bank. It really didn't resonate. So become aware of what has happened that has been somehow systematic. And like all of the other types, you also are going to receive a series of steps that are going to support you to clear this trauma. The only thing that you have to do is to stay glued and fish those emails in your inbox. If you look for themoneymindset.hub.com, no, if you look for the Money Mindset Hub on those emails, and then you're going to get all of the information step by step without overwhelming you. Because it can be a lot more complicated when you are talking about systematic things, like what do I have to watch out? Because once you are in the system, it's so difficult to see objectively unless you have the experience of what is systematic and what it can be another type of trauma. So go and fish this out in your inbox. And lastly, we have contextual financial trauma. Oh, and I have so much to say about this trauma because it's navigating what the context has brought to you, which is what entrepreneurship and what being in ownership of your money and what having that responsibility has triggered. It's all about the business context and business success. So contextual financial trauma is closely tied to the immediate challenges and pressures of running your business. It is about the constant battle against financial uncertainty, cash flow issues, the fear of not making enough, the fear of having and being responsible for a team, the kind of a stuckness of knowing that you have and you are the creator and you generate that money. It is all about that business. This cycle of stress and different set of mindset and way of thinking can lead to undervaluing your offers or working tirelessly even more if you are coming from a background that you have to work hard to make it work. And honestly, like working so hard without seeing the growth that you are aiming for. So this contextual financial trauma, it's so interesting to me because not many people are willing to say, I feel okay in a 9 to 5 job because no matter what I do, I will have that money coming in. I didn't have any trauma back then with money. I had a good relationship with it. But when they jumped into business, into entrepreneurship, it's a whole different set of perspective, beliefs, mindset, strategies that you gotta apply. And because it's a whole different set of it and it's new and you may not have the structural beliefs to just jump in it and continue running with what you had before, then a lot of this can be triggered. So to address this, what do we have to do? Well, start by acknowledging the stress and pressure that you're under because it's different. And there is a lot of responsibility. And if you continue putting it and pushing it down, we're not going to get too far. So start acknowledging that. It can feel overwhelming, right? And then we need to start clearing and seeing how you are seeing it and seeing what are the useful beliefs and useful thoughts to continue this path and which ones are not part of this context anymore when it comes to money. Just to put you an example, imagine that you have grown up in a house where doctors, and I'm just going to put an example that just came to mind. I'm not talking about anything in particular, and I'm not going to say this is accurate because it's just coming to my mind. But imagine that you grow up in a house where successful people, financially successful people, all of them, they are doctors. And of course, your parents and everybody around you expect you to be a doctor. But what you really wanted was to run your own business around, I don't know, restaurants. First, everything that you know to be leading to financial success are going to be tied to one profession, and one profession that is not often entrepreneurial profession. It's a doctor's profession. So the set of skills that you grow up with, the set of mindset perspective that brings safetiness to your brain and to your mind when it comes to money are telling a different story than the one that you are living. So if you continue running your business with this set of skills that are meant to shape you to be a successful doctor, guess what is happening? Contextually, they are not making sense. There is not one better than the other one. There is not one that is right and there is the other one that is wrong. What is happening here is that if you take the set of skills, safetiness, and beliefs and everything that made this path of successful as a doctor, and you put it in the context of business ownership for restaurants, it is not going to match. It is like trying to cut meat with a butter knife. It is simply not for that place. It's all about context. So once you have jumping into this entrepreneurial path and you are feeling like you have to work hard, you have to go and study down this rabbit hole like doctors have to do, right? But it's for your business instead of developing the things that you have to develop to run your restaurant business, then you're going to have a mismatched set of skills that will inevitably create a trauma, because the more effort that you put in, the more time that you're investing, the more energy that you're investing, the more money that you're investing in your business, your brain is asking for results. That is how it's set up, right? Like, where are the results? Why it's not working? And all of these blah, blah, blah things that happen. So here's what you're going to do. Just like all of the types that we have talked about, I have created a series of emails for you to clear this trauma. But contextual trauma has a little tweak because it's about the context, it's about the business. Now, I want you to really come to me, and I'm going to link again my Instagram and my LinkedIn on the show notes. Come and share how have you experienced this contextual trauma, because I have a couple of stories that I'm going to clear and share with you throughout this podcast episode in the coming weeks and episodes about contextual trauma, because not many people is talking about that, and I want to bring some light to it. But it's always better if you really say, you know what? I feel like the thing that has brought up most financial trauma in my life is entrepreneurship. I hear you. I completely hear you. And I want to really step into this conversation. So come and share with me in my Instagram or my LinkedIn. Okay, there you go. You have the results. Go and fish us on your email at the Money Mindset Hub. Just look for that email, put it in your safe space, mark us as a favorite. I don't know what you have to do depending on your email, and you're going to receive a series of emails in the coming days and weeks that will walk you through the step-by-step that I know that you can make without feeling overwhelmed, without triggering any other financial trauma that we don't want to trigger, to clear this and start building up the perspective and objectiveness that you want to build up for your business.
Okay, but before I let you go, did you know that you have a space where your money mindset work is made extra simple so that you can increase your income, better your relationship with money, and grow your business in such a simple and easy way? Go to themoneymindset.hub.com and choose your path and start making those changes easily and effortlessly. That is themoneymindset.hub.com. Ahora sí, Wealthy Soul, if you love this episode, don't forget to leave a review down below. It will help me to help more wealthy souls to transfer their money mindset.